Hi, my name is Radanelia, and I am a very happy patient of Dr. Victor Urzola. I came to Dr. Victor Urzola because I was very sick and um, very ill from what's known as breast implant illness. Um, and I had been looking for the right doctor to help me with my explant procedure. And I knew that this was a very big deal. So I had searched and searched, and I had interviewed multiple doctors. I met with the ones that were considered the top in the States, a couple of them. Although I'm sure they were very good, it did not feel like the right fit for me. So I proceeded to follow up with Dr. Victor Urzola, to which I had a Skype consultation, which was complimentary, and he answered all of my questions. He was very kind. He was very helpful. He was very honest, and he didn't give me any expectations or ideas. He really was very straightforward, and I really appreciated that. He didn't give me any false illusions. So I have to tell you that the results are much better than I had expected. I was looking for a surgeon that knew what they were doing around explant, meaning they knew the procedures about removal, and not just any removal, but en bloc, which is what I had done, which means that, the explant is taken out, and the tissue that is around is taken out so that you're avoiding the toxicity, because I was suffering from the toxicity from breast implant illness. So I'm very happy that I went to Dr. Victor Urzola. It was a big deal to choose him because, he is in Costa Rica. So I did befriend some incredible women who had gone to see him. I spoke to them. They were very kind. I saw all the results. I was very result oriented. I wanted to see pictures of the results, and all of the pictures from Dr. Urzola were incredible. He is the best artist, and I've seen like, I would say hundreds of pictures of explants, because I wanted to look and find the very best doctor who was also an artist. And I'm in this group called Breast Implant Healing with Nicole, with thousands and thousands of other women who have breast implant illness. And every time Dr. Urzola's work came up, I was always drawn to the results that he had, because the women, they looked great. They looked like their breasts were smaller, but they were perky. They were healthy looking, and they looked beautiful. Of course, as a woman, women who get breast implants, getting them removed is a very big deal. Let's just put it that way. It's a huge transformation, and it's for the best. I have never felt better. I felt like I was dying before I got the implants removed. I was very sick. I could barely move. Now, Dr. Urzola does not say he's obviously just a plastic surgeon, but he doesn't make those, promises or anything like that. But the thing is, he's very kind, and he's very compassionate and real. And, I remember I walked into my appointment, the first time to meet him, and it was very emotional for me and my mother. And he basically told us everything he was going to do, and my mom started to cry. She was tearing up, and then I started to cry because it was a lot, to handle. Dr. Zola was so kind and warm, and he hugged me and my mom, and it's a gentleman. He really is a sincere and kind person. He cares about his patients' well-being. Truly, like, really, truly cares. He cares so much that he even will give you his phone number, okay? Because he wants to make sure that you follow up with him. That's all of his patients. He gives all of his patients his phone number. I have never heard of a doctor that does that, okay? He makes sure if I had any questions or concerns, I could ask him. I never felt like afterwards I was hanging in the dust. When I got implants, it was completely the opposite. I had a doctor that once I got the implants, he would no longer care to speak with me at all, even though I had concerns because, first of all, the first doctor I went to put in implants that were far too big for me and way more than I asked for. He didn't care, afterwards, and then I did get a breast reduction and an implant reduction, and it was not the same experience that I had with Dr. Victor Urzola, who was so kind, so soulful. After getting my implants put in, I really never wanted to get surgery ever again. I didn't like the experience. It was cold. It was a little traumatizing. And the experience with Dr. Urzola was completely the opposite. It was warm. It was kind. It was, you feel like he's family. You feel like he is there for you. Even after you get your surgery, he makes sure you get massages and that you are getting the best care possible. He's right there checking up on you. You get checked up on, 3 to 4 times. And your care is number one. He's very honest. He's very real. He doesn't make any promises, but he promises to do the very best. And you know what? His results speak for themselves. I could not be happier. I feel so confident. I feel so comfortable in my body. I was so embarrassed before by having such, big breasts. And I feel like a human being again. After being sick for so long, I didn't feel that way. And I feel like Dr. Urzola gave me my life back. He gave me my dignity back, because that was, something that was really important, is to feel good about being in my body. And he really is incredible. It is worth the travel. It's, you stay at a very nice ranch and they take good care of you. And I saw some beautiful volcanoes, and I did some tours before my surgery, and it was a really great experience. It was actually nice to get out of the country, get out of the mindset that had locked me in the first place when I was 17 years old and got implants, So this was a total transformation. It was mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. I felt so supported in my process. I've healed incredibly. It's been 6 months since I got my, end block and all of the surgery. I've healed completely, and I feel good. I feel energized, I feel great. I look in the mirror and I feel good about myself. I feel good about my decision. I have no regrets, and I am doing this testimonial because I really care about women. I know what it's like to be suffering and in pain, excruciating pain due to the implants. I know what it's like to be afraid. I know what it's like to wonder, am I making the right decision? All of these things I have been through, and I cannot recommend Dr. Victor Urzola enough. You will be so happy that you made the decision to go see him. And that's just my opinion. Obviously, make your own choice. Do research, interview as many doctors as you can. But for me, he really was the one. And that is all. I am so happy about my experience. I would go back to him in a heartbeat. And I have told all my friends and anyone that I know that is thinking of getting an explant to consider Dr. Victor Urzola. And no, I am not getting paid or anything to do this. This has been on my heart and on my mind to do ever since I got my surgery. It just took a while to do this testimonial. So, with all the love in my heart, I'm hoping that your experience is as wonderful as mine, and that you make the right choice for yourself. And um, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Alrighty? I hope you have a wonderful experience, and good luck. Bye.